Today's topic of motivation that we're talking about is balance. Balance. Do you have it? Do you believe that you have balance? If you believe you have balance, put a 1 in the comments. If you believe that you need balance, right, Mish? Put a 2 in the comments. So if you feel like, okay, Candy, my life is a little balanced, the scale is pretty good, you put a 1 in the comments. If you feel like, well, do I have it? Honey child, one side is hanging way heavier than the other side. This side is done light. This side is done heavy. I mean, girl, I just try to work it out. You just try to make it work. That's it. Put a 2 in the comments. I don't really have all that balance. Like, I don't know. I would say that no. I feel like I'm overwhelmed most of the time. I feel like I got a lot going on. Most of the time, I feel like I never have enough time in the day. You know, and we all, thank you, Maggot, and we all go through it, right? So when I say, do you have it? We talk about what is balance, right? Balance is a condition in which different elements are equal or in correct proportion. A condition in which different elements are equal or in correct proportion. So that means that we're not spreading ourselves thin all over the place, right? Wherever we need fixing, we're there. I don't know if I have what it takes to fix it, but I'm there. If you're one of those people, put emoji in the comments. You know, I may not have the answer. May not have everything that you need, but if you need help, I'll show up. If there's something that needs to be done, I'm gonna go fix it. I may not have all the tools, but I'm showing up. Right, Taylor? I'm going to show up because that's my heart. That's what I love. I love to give, but we find ourselves in a place where we're spreading ourselves thin. You know, let alone there's not enough for what we're trying to give or who we're trying to give it to, but there's not enough for me. Right? I find like at the end of the day, I'm realizing that when I go to balance my life stuff, myself, self-love, self-motivation, you see, there's nothing left. I left everything out on the scale for someone else. Come on, Playgirl. That can become a toxic trait unmanaged. It can. But yet we think too much of something good is bad. Yet we think that we're doing something good because we're helping everybody we love. But honey, who is helping you? Who is concerned that you have enough at the end of the day? Now, is that a heart that the Most High wants us to have and give because we're giving everything to everyone else, but yet we are empty at the end of the day? I was like that, helping everybody and nobody helps me. Come on, Play. Family, yes. Family will do it, Taylor. When I really needed that part. Well, when everyone else's back is against the wall, guess who's always there? Play is always there. Taylor is always there. Thick is always there. Misha's always there. Chris is always there. Elevate is always there. Mega is always there. Neff is always there. Peachy is always there. Midwest is always there. Candace is always there. Travell is always there. Firefly is always there. 267 is always there. Right? When everyone else's back is against the wall, guess who's showing up? But what happens when our back is against the wall? There ain't no one nowhere to be found. The key that it comes to is that if there is no Grace, you made it. I was calling you in my spirit. Hey, love, I love you, Rich Rising. The key is if that you don't respect the balance won't respect you. I'm going to say that one more time. The key is if you don't respect the balance won't respect you. Well, my life feels crazy. You know, it's so hard. I'm carrying a whole lot of stuff. Well, is your priority to balance the things in your life? Eat and hit love. Come on, Mish. Come on, Play. Come on, Sunflower. Is your priority to make sure that you have balance so you have what you need? Or are you choosing to give everything on one side but expecting the scale to be balanced? You're the one who takes everything that you have and you dump it on one side, but then yet you're waiting on the other side for something to happen, but the scale is already lifted. Did you use self-control? Did you portion yourself? Did you reserve energy for you that you would give some to one side of the scale so you can have the sum on your side? What we do is we dump everything. I choose me now. That part. I choose balance, light, and why is my... I choose balance. I choose balance, light, and love for myself. You better talk about it. You better talk about it, play. Enough is enough. I spent my whole life living for everyone else. If that resonates with you, I want you to put emoji in the comments. You can put a 1, whatever you want to do. I spent my whole life, Chia! I spent my whole life living for other people. Right? What you mean by that, right? Come on, Grace. Everything I did had to involve someone else. It was for someone else. But when it came down to me, it was okay that I didn't get nothing. I'm talking now, they say, I mean, laugh out loud. It's funny to see how people change. Well, facts. Because if you love me, then you make sure that I love on me. I'm going to say that again because sometimes we can get confused. If you love me, if you truly love me, you will make sure that I love on me. I didn't say, oh, all right. I didn't say you love on me. I said if I love you, truly love you, I'm going to make sure you love on you first. Because you can't give me something you don't have. Come on, Chia. Come on, play. If I'm demanding love from you and you can't give it to yourself, then that means you can't give me everything that you are supposed to, and you have quality that you have quality and you have the substance of what I'm demanding from you. There will be no substance of love if it doesn't start with you. I'm getting back to what I'm saying. Come on, Grace. I'm getting back to what I'm saying. What are we saying? Honey, if you at 50, you're only gonna be able to give me 50. The most up to 50%. But if you're at 100, girl, you're gonna give me 100. If you're at 100, king, you're gonna give me 100. If you're at 100, queen, you're gonna give me 100. If you at 1,000, then you could give 1,000. And if I love you, I want you to be there. Because what we're not recognizing is when we come to a place to not be balanced, you will allow that imbalance to take over your life, which is that schedule. Certain people can't even come around anymore. Okay, play girl. You feeling stressed, you feeling frustrated, you feeling tired. We come to a place that we're so imbalanced that we allow this schedule to take over our life. Everything that we're trying to do, listen how deep this is. Okay. Listen how deep this is. Everything that we're trying to do, but not doing anything right now. Everything we're trying to do, but doing nothing. Everywhere we're trying to go, Erica, I love. Everywhere we're trying to go, but right now, what are you doing right now? Where are you going right now? What's happening in the present time? Nothing. That's when we're focusing this whole schedule of life, and I'm going to get this done, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. The schedule takes over our life, not we live the schedule, right? What happens when you allow things that have become imbalanced in your life to take over your life? When your life is balanced, you have control. And I'm going to say this, Miss Nubian, hey beautiful. I'm going to say this, me saying that your life is balanced does not mean that your life is all together. And what I mean by that is there can come balance, and balance can be negative and positive, and it's the yin and the yang. That's how I'm tugging. Yes, that's how I'm feeling. You see, we want to make sure that if it's the balance, that everything is supposed to be perfect, but it's not about that. Balance brings the equal of energy. Okay? Anastasia, hey love. Balance brings the equal of energy. And what we mean, like, okay, life is hard, but life is good. Okay, this is difficult, but these things are easy. Come on, the glass is halfway full, but the glass is halfway empty. So just if someone's life is balanced, it doesn't mean that they got it all together. It may seem like that. Why? Because I feel good. No, I don't have my life all together and everything isn't going great for me, but I feel good. Why? Because there's balance in my life. There's things that, come on, Thick, there's things I got to deal with, but yet I know that I'm blessed. Why? Because I'm breathing. That's why. Because my kids are healthy. That's why. Because Pythias, hey King, Rich Rising, Jay, welcome, Killa, Nikki, come on, Thick, talk about it. Come on, Elevated. Because my plants are growing and I'm getting a harvest. That's why. Because I have another day to do it again. I have another day to try again. I have another day to be better again. But you always smiling. That means you're like, no. I got court issues. What? I got legal issues. Or what? What, you always happy? No. I got relationship issues. Oh, but you... Oh, I got kid issues. Oh, but you always... Because I got balance. I will live my life. We need to start recognizing the balance. Sometimes that's hard. It is very hard. And, you know, anytime that you do a motivation or you do something, it always hits home first. Hey, Barbie. Love lady. Thank you, love, for being a fan. Muffin. It always hits home first, right? I need balance in my life. Why do we come to a place to not have balance in our life? Because we harbor over this perfectionism. Right? I mean, am I right? Am I right? Oh, the kids have to be straight. I gotta be, my friends are asking me for help, so I gotta be here. My family, my sister needs help. My brother needs help. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Like, you can do 5,000 things and you're only one person. Then you want to make this happen. You want to make that happen. There's so much going on that we choose to imagine ourselves as Superman and Superwoman, that we're going to get everything done and everything's going to be great and everything perfect. Snap back to reality. It ain't all going to work. And sometimes you got to be in relationships with people that you're able to say no. I want to tell you this. Say no and take control. Say no and take control. What are we taking control of? We take it to, I slowed down from that. That part, Pythias. Because we looking at everybody elevating, but then yet we find ourselves looking up. All right. Unicorn, hey love. K, Asian. We start looking around. Come on, Pythias. Foxy, welcome for it, gorgeous. Never say never. We start looking around. And we have helped everyone. So we start watching everyone being elevated and then recognize that we looking up. Are we catching this? Come on, Nubian. Man, my kids are doing good. Man, best friend is having this. Man, my man is doing good. Man, family is this. Mom, dad, this. Everybody, workers, bosses, everyone. You, come on. We like, man, you guys look so good. Yeah, I help you. I help you. And that's how we start out. We start out Yeah, man, let's do it like this. Well, watch me now. Watch. I want you guys to catch this. Yeah, man, you're helping me out. Yeah, girl, I love you. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah. Well, next week we're gonna do this. And oh man, yeah, dude, your wedding was crazy. We gonna make this happen. And oh my, yeah, no, I love you. And oh, hey, yeah, I'm gonna help you. Okay, I got you next month. Don't worry. And oh man, yes, I love it. When we get together, it's like crazy, right? Yeah, anytime, man. I tell you, call me anytime. And we find ourselves looking up at all the people we help. But where are you at? Where have you gone? My beautiful Nanya. What has moved? Sunshine, hey love. Do you see that? So we watch everyone elevate by our hands while we are looking up. They elevate from around us, but all we are doing is looking up. So where is the growth for us? Hey, Selena, where's the growth for us? Come on, sunflower. Watching everyone else grow, but we still on the ground by the soil, and they're up and they're feeling the rays of the sun. And I want to explain this to you guys, and I'm just bringing it to our agriculture side. This guy, hey love, Chi-Town Peggy. I'm gonna bring it to the agriculture side. We all start on the same level. Ooh, come on now. Thank you, Most High. We all start on the same level, and what I'm talking about is balance. Bringing balance. We all start. If you planted a seed, every seed in the ground, they're going to start on the same level. So we all start on the same level, and the Most High gives us everything that we need. So listen to this. He gives us everything that we need. But I don't feel like I have it, Candy. Well, that's because you're not looking in the right places. There's something that you have. He has already given us the abilities and the tools to get through where we need to, or to get to what we need to. And he's done this since the beginning. He has planned this for us. How do you know that, Candy? Because if he's saying you have a great destiny, but you don't feel like you have what it takes to get there, then you're not looking in the right places, because the destiny already is. You see that? That destiny part, it can't change. So if he has designed and orchestrated your life, then he knows that you have something now that you need to move forward. And whether you can have that right now in your life, or you can just have him, it is up to us to figure it out to get there. All right. So we all start out on a playing field, right? We're all in the same place. But what happens when we start to bring this imbalance in our life is when I feel like you deserve more than me. Ooh. Come on, sugar baby. We're talking about agriculture now. Now, if you till the ground and you put the seeds in, and they're all good seeds, they all grow. Now we all start up. Come on. Okay, sunflower. We all start off on the same level. Right? And all the seedlings are growing, and everybody's growing together. It's when the plant decides, I need y'all to catch this, when the plant decides that the water that's being sent from the sky and from the heavens is more deserving for you. We will find ourselves helping others around us as they grow, and we stay at the same level, but we're helping them grow. How and why? That is because, come on, sugar baby, because I feel like you deserve this rain more than me. I feel like you deserve what is mine more than me. You see that? And we find ourselves in a place that every plant around us is growing and reaching the sun and reaching the rain, and their leaves are getting so big that we find ourselves being covered. And why I'm not growing? Because I can't get the sunlight, because I help someone else so much that they're growing and bringing a shadow over me that I cannot elevate and I don't feel good enough and I don't feel the sunshine on my face and I don't feel the energy to be able to go up. Come on, that part, Nunya. Goddess Gang, do you hear? I've helped people so much that they have grown so big they cast shadows on me. I'm going to say that again. I've helped people so much they've grown so big they cast shadows on me. Goddess, hey gorgeous, rich rising beautiful. That's deep. That's what happens when we bring that imbalance. I have helped people grow so much that they cast shadows on me. That I can't, thank you, Goddess, that I can't grow myself now. Because the light doesn't hit my face anymore. Well, I'm not a plant, Candy. I don't feel good anymore. I don't feel I deserve the same thing that everyone else is getting for free. Man, I don't feel that I deserve the same thing that everyone else is getting for free. Why? Because I have depleted myself from the beginning and I have brought that imbalance from the start. Ever since we started all growing together, I felt like you deserve more. And you come into a place that, ooh, and I'm saying this, thank you, Goddess. I appreciate the gifts. Thank you, gorgeous. You guys follow Goddess. She's awesome. Awesome, awesome. Her content is amazing. She's amazing. Her husband's amazing. I mean, just I talk all day. So if you haven't ever been to her live, follow her and check her out. So, we left and we are cast in the shadows. You're welcome, love. We are left and cast in the shadows. Because we chose to be there. I'm going to say that again. We chose to be there. How do we choose? I was just helping everybody else because you didn't put yourself first. We don't even realize how much we give until there's nothing left. That's what I'm saying. Come on, Sunflower. Come on, Nunya. And I'm talking through my own experience. It wasn't until I was about 30 years old that I recognized that I have lived my whole life for everyone but me. Is that not deep? 30 years. Living a life feeling I don't deserve anything and never even knew it. Right? Wasn't until the Most High brought the revelation through somebody that I didn't even know. They said to me, I just met them 5 minutes. It was two apostles, and I met them, and I went there for counseling, and they said I drove all the way to Virginia from New York, and I went there, and they don't know me from a hole in the wall. They don't know the things I've never spoke before to people. Asked me a couple of questions for about 5 minutes and said, well, if you got this, what would you do with it? And I said, well, I'd give it to such and such. And they said, you don't like those things? I mean, I don't really care for them. It's not that serious. And they turned around and said, when did you start feeling like you don't deserve anything? And that thing hit me. Like, it hit me hard. I never recognized that I didn't ever live for what I wanted. And this is what happens with people that have big hearts, man. They make sure everybody's straight, but at the end of the day, who makes sure that you are? Come on, Sunflower. Serious. Who is making sure that you're good? The ones that care about people are always the one that get the less. that get this slack, don't know their own value, don't know their own worth, right? And they always, come on Capricorn, they always dishing out something because they know that's what you need, that's what you deserve, right? But who's there to tell you what you deserve? Come on, Candace. Who's there to talk to you and say, you know what, don't do that? Come on, Sugar. Who's there to tell you, no, you need it too? Which other plans stop to say, oh, no, Candy, stop giving me all this water. Look, you so far away, I can barely hear you speaking. No, take some of this water. The deep part is the people that will allow themselves to build the shadows over you. Not just you just allowing yourself, but the people that will allow themselves to cast shadows on you. But yet in the same tongue say they love you. I don't know. I've been mistreated a lot, and in God's eyes, I still have to love them. Right. In God's eyes, you still have to love them, Candace, and you want to. Because you love you now. It's really harder for us to love the people that mistreated us because we don't love ourselves yet. When we love ourselves on 100, Empress, when we love ourselves on 100, then it's easy for me to love the ones that mistreated me wrong. Come on, Candace. The people that mistreated me before, I never want to talk to them. I never want to see them. Don't come in my face. Lady Aries, hey, love. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see your name. Lamar, hey, love. I don't want to. But when we begin to love ourselves, you know what? You mistreating me, it don't really matter. Oh, you'll let somebody mistreat you again? No, honey, I won't. I learn from it. But what I do know now is you don't deserve me as a friend. What I do know now is you don't deserve me as a spouse. Come on, Empress. Why are you smiling? Because what I do know now is that my blessing is still out there. And I've been locked in this relationship for years, believing you was the best I ever had. But now I recognize that you will never be, you're nothing compared to the best that I will ever have. And that's something to smile about. So you mistreating me, I pray and hope that you find your self-love. Come on. That's when we come to a place to be able to look at the people in the eye that mistreated us and say, you know what, I love you. What? I sent you to the hospital for physical, mental. I screwed your finances up. I damaged your property. I tarnished your name. What you mean you loved me? Tay, hey, love. I love you. You know, I could celebrate that I'm worth more than that. Hey, love. Rich Rising. I could celebrate that I'm more than that. What you mean? I deserve more than that. You got me for a time where I felt like I had to stay, I had to latch on, it had to happen, it had to work. But now I recognize that I'm worth so much more than that. And for you to have done it to me, pure and unconditional love, that all I ever did was right by you, and for you to hurt and mistreat me for all that I've done for you, I hope that you find your value. We make mistakes as well. We need to be open to accept things the way they were and let go. Right. Misha's 100% right, because look how it goes. Great Rising! Big Mama. Hey, love. Wide open eyes. Hey, love. Cap 420. Listen to what Misha's saying. So I just said that, right? But then in the hand, Tanya, in hand, I have to, acceptance is not the same as agreeing. Right. Come on, Mish. I have to come to a place to be able to say that and take accountability for being in the situation in the first place. Juju, hey love. Sure dog, welcome back, love. Right? I made a mistake to believe that this is what I'm supposed to have the rest of my life. So we have to remember that we can't just always, Tanya, we can't just always put it on fault on the person that doesn't know their value because they treated me all type of ways. But honey, for them to be able to treat you all type of ways, there had to be an invitation. There had to have been an acceptance. Y'all hear me? An acceptance of the negative, of the toxicness of. For you to say that you went through it, you had to, come on, sugar, let's just be real. You had to experience it. And for you to experience, you had to allow it to happen. We can't experience something we didn't allow to happen. All right, I'll say it again. We can't experience something we didn't allow to happen. So what does that mean, Candy? That means that it doesn't make it right what they did, but we do got to be accountable for allowing them to. Come on, sugar. Come on, Empress. Shay, baby. Hey, love. Hey, beautiful. Welcome, love. Empress, thank you, love. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Helping me get closer to my goal, 5 stars. Appreciate every single gift. Allows me to be here. If you don't know your value, you won't know you're being done wrong. Right. And I'm going to tell you this, because of the things that we have experienced in our life, we have come to a place to mentally devalue ourselves since the beginning. So when I say that, as far as it can't happen unless you allow it to, that is in our control. And when I mean in our control, when we are adults, right? So what will happen is a child will go through something as me. The abuse with my mother I went through, it should have never happened, right? But what we do when we are victims, we allow that thing that happened to us always to be the excuse, right? And every time we allow it to be the excuse, the more and more we bring power back into that hurt, into that trauma. We still allow them to have power over us. Yo, you see that? So, no, Jay is right. Not everything we go through there's an allowance, right? But when there's an adolescence, when somebody is supposed to be taken care of, and that could be as children, adolescents, that could be older people, elderly people, mistreated by other people, and they can't do nothing about it because they're too weak, or whatever it may be, or children, they just don't know, right? That's 100% right. But we got to take our power back from the things that happened to us when we couldn't control it, right? I lived a long time, and I'm saying crying over spilled milk about how my mother treated me and how I was abused as a child, right? And I let that be the foundation which allowed me to value other people's lives more than mine. Did you see that? When you don't heal from the trauma, you allow that to be the foundation, which is the foundation of the devalue. It's the place, come on, Nove, come on, Empress, do you hear me? It's the place where it starts. It'll always be fueled right when you, come on, Sunflower, come on, Tanya, right when life is good and, oh, you're going for the promotion and you might make it, but your mother don't even love you. Come on, Candy, you think you're going to get a promotion? What, you think people love you? Your mother doesn't even love you, and she birthed you. You think it's going to happen for you? Hey, gorgeous. Thank you. Am I not speaking facts? When we allow the trauma to be the foundation, especially when it wasn't in our control. When it wasn't in our control, sometimes it makes it worse. That's tough. We allow that trauma to be our foundation, so every time we try to go up, it pulls us back down. And that's why I found myself 30 years old, recognizing I've lived my whole life for everyone but me. That's what we need to do. We need to free ourselves from the trauma, because we can't allow that trauma to constantly remember, well, you wasn't good enough because your mother didn't love you. You wasn't good at, even as a child, you got molested and no one cared about you. You're just damaged goods. And every time we try to move up and live for ourselves, right, Sunflower? Come on, talk about it. Every time we try to move up and live for ourselves, is that reminder to bring us back down. How does it bring us back down? Because we're locked up and chained on the traumas that happened to us. Can never elevate, because we're locked. I ain't got no chains on me. You got those psychological locks from the traumas you experience. Come on, Sasha. Come on, Sunflower. So the abuse was physical, but also spiritual. Always. 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 If I was physically abused, think about this, and emotional, right? If you're physically abused, it automatically damages your emotional, your mental. Nah, what you mean? Okay, let's talk about it. If you was physically abused, it automatically damages your mental. Awakened, hey love. What? No, because, so if somebody hit me, we're arguing and you hit me, I'm going to mentally remember that. It is a natural instinct for us to have a reaction from an action to a reaction. Come on. If that's what affects us the most. Come on. Awaken. They love them. Aha. Rich rising, everybody. Right? So the next time somebody starts yelling at me, I go like this, and they're like, wait, whoa. I didn't even put my hands up. All I was doing was talking to you. Why? Because nothing physically happened, but mentally I'm scarred. You see that? So anything physically that happens to us, negative or positive, mentally, we remember. Come on. How is that true, Candy? All right, let's talk about it. Your mother always, come on, Sasha. Your mother always baked bread. And she baked bread when she was happy. Just give me an example. She baked when my mother was happy and everything was well. She loved to bake. She baked bread, and when she baked the bread, she would bring the bread to us and give us a real big hug and say, "I love you. I love you guys. Love you from the bottom of my heart." And we eat the bread. That's a positive memory. So later on in the years, if we smell our mother's bread, it brings a warmness on the inside to where we're ready to receive that love. Because we're used to the smell relating to the love. You see? Same thing with negative. Everything affects mental. If it's something is physical, it will affect your mental. And that's how it goes. What we must remember is the more and more we keep that alive, the trauma alive, that is the strength of the locks. Let me repeat that again. We're talking about balance today. It may seem off to some people, but we cannot balance until we rid ourselves of this harbored negative energy that does not belong here. So the more and more that we keep the trauma alive, is the stronger the locks that are on it. If the trauma is dead, the locks can no longer hold. So you're saying it is our responsibility to heal ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Yes. All is one. All as one. Come on, Jay. Nothing for it to feed off. Come on, Sasha. We got to cut that thing off. Cut that energy off. Shadow work. That part. Cut the life support off. The more and more I say I've been a victim because my mother abused me when I was younger, and that wasn't right, and I was just a child, and the more I'm complaining about it and not speaking of my victory, the more I say victim instead of victor, is the more that I hold these locks in my life. Did you see that? The more I don't claim I'm here and alive to speak about the abuse that my mother did to me and show you in evidence of my life and how valuable I am to the Most High to allow me to be blessed in my 38 years in spite of what the person that birthed me did to me. Come on now. Look at that. When I speak of what has happened to me as a child, it is to help break the chains of others that were messed up and that have trauma caused to them when they were not able to do anything about it. Uncontrollable circumstances because they were children, because they were elderly, whatever it may be, where they're not physically able to get out of the situation. What happens when we don't hear, come on, Jay, when we don't heal from that and we cause that trauma to be alive, locking us, we lock it to everything in our life. What do you mean by that? We will cry victim at an adult age when we can't get out of whatever situations we can. And we find ourselves in the same situations that mirror the trauma because that's all we feel on the inside because it's still alive in me. Okay, Sasha? It's still alive in me. Dang, every relationship you get into is toxic. And pass it to our babies. Come on. Pass it to the children. That energy is alive. When we have our children, that energy is transferred. When we're living and have our children around, the energy is transferred. It's energy that's being transferred. Come on, Sunflower. It's energy that's being transferred to the people that are around us. And most of all, the people that are around us all the time, like Sasha said, our children. Where does these generational curses come from? This energy that we're still housing that should have died when it happened. Toxic father, toxic husband. If you're unhealed, come on. Because we're still housing the energy from that trauma. That's why. All right. We talked about trauma. So we have to heal ourselves from it in order to move forward. That's the only way we can begin to bring balance in our life. When we see our value, we bring the balance. I'm going to say this again. I didn't get to all my points, but when we see the value, we bring the balance. Right? Come on, Sunflower. If my life is haywire because bills aren't getting paid, I'm trying to figure out the next dollar, I'm trying to do this, kids are crazy, thinking about going back to school, gotta work, where am I gonna work, I lost my job, this and that. When life is going crazy, the one thing that I know, do I feel like when I have nothing, I have everything? When life is going crazy and there's so much going on, do you still feel like if you have nothing, you have everything? That's deep. That's what brings the balance. Me knowing my value brings the balance. Yeah, there's a whole lot going on, and a lot of it I can't control. And a lot of it I'm trying to control, and there ain't no way humanly possible that this little old Candy can do it all by herself. It's okay. Why? Because I'm still here. It's okay. Why? Because I'm still blessed. It's okay. Why? Because the Lord loves me. Come on. The Most High still loves on me, still sees to me. And when I have a God that loves me the way He does, He will make sure I'm okay. We got to remember our value, because when we remember our value, remember who we are. We remember whose we are too. Come on. And then it's to say, He said He will never leave me or forsake. How you going to pay your mortgage? I don't know. I'm going to try to get it together. I'm going to try to. Oh, I'm going to stop there. I don't know. I'm going to try to. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to try to. I can only do what I can. And what I can't do, He will handle. You see that? That's the balance. I'm living in the today. I can only do what I can do today. And I can only try my very best today. And yes, maybe not everything will get done, but what I have more faith in is and not the things that I can possibly get done, but I have more faith in my Father. That if anything slips from these hands, I know He's catching him because His hands are bigger than mine. Come on, King and Queens. I know He's catching because His hands are bigger than mine. And I have more trust and faith in Him than anything that I'm trying to achieve, any person that I'm connected to, and anything and everything that this life can bring. Come on. And that brings the balance. He will wheel you in and say, you know, relax today. I got to do all this. There's a deadline. I got fines. There's violations. Relax. You got to listen to Him, you know? Trust Him. If ain't nobody I trust in this whole wide world, it's the Father. Look how far you've gotten. Look how far you have came, Sunflower. By His hand, by the Most High. Look how far you came, Mish. Look how far you came, Nov. Look how far you have made it, Goddess. Look how far you've made it, Big Mama. Look how far you have come, Pythias. Look how far you have come, Sasha. Look how far you've come, Empress, Awaken, Sugar Baby, Tanya, Janet, Amber, Cool Emoji. I like it. Nubian, Black, Mimi, Armando, Firefly. Shoot. He hasn't left me yet, and He ain't going nowhere. Look how far you came. He's still going to do what He has done. Nothing that you have done has changed His love for you. So the way we bring balance is we have to be reasonable. You can't do everything. All right. The next thing is you gotta have a support system. People that care enough about you. Remember I told you that don't want to cast shadows on you. When they start seeing a shadow on your face while they're moving up, they say, oh, no, honey, you coming up with me. That part. You hear me? Thank you, love. We need to be fed. Oh, thank you, Black. Yes. I appreciate you. All praises to Most High. Right? So when we talk about balance, first thing is be reasonable. You can't do everything. And don't want to because you're only one person. I'm asking you, King and Queens, who you trying to prove it to? Who you trying to prove that you could be Superwoman? What award are you winning? Oh, you King, who you trying to prove to that you're Superman? No. The Most High made you as one person, so you're supposed to live like one person. Come on, Mish, be realistic. If He wanted you to be Superman, then He would have made you that way. Come on, let's be real. If He wanted you to be Superwoman, He would have made you that way also. Be reasonable. You can only do what you can do. And don't bash yourself because you're something that the world says you should be. Don't associate yourself 10 tasks when you only can do 1 or 2. That part. And if that's what you could do and you trying your very best, you can only get 2 done. Well, guess what? That's all He wants you to do. That's all He wants you to do is do what you can. Not being lazy, oh, I'm going to do 1 and you could really do 5. No, I tried my very best and I ended up getting 2 things done out of the day. It is what it is because you know what? The Lord will supply all my needs. All right. Next thing, you got to have that support system. Like I said, you want people to build you up, support you, add value to you, inspire you. If you're giving that to people, why don't you think you deserve it for yourself? Move back. Hey, Candy. Why don't you think you deserve that for yourself if you're dishing out everything and all that you have, but when it comes to you, you get nothing? No. You're more valuable than that. What I give and dish out is valuable. I'm not just going to be spending it on anyone. They're going to be returning value also. You got to have a support system. That's what brings balance. The next thing is you have to schedule rest. You have to schedule a relaxed time. You have to have time to relax, time to regain, re-energize. Come on, meditations, hanging out all day, doing nothing. You have to measure your time, because this is what brings the balance. If we work, that relaxed time is all the way down here. You have to have that relaxed time. A spa day, a you day, go out to eat something, choose not to cook today, hang out, laugh, take a walk, whatever it is that's going to help you to not do what's on that scheduled routine list. That's what I want y'all to focus on. Schedule your rest. And rest doesn't necessarily mean sleep. It just means you can sleep if you want. You can nap. You can just taking a break from the everyday stuff. All right, Doll Noon, all right, Sunflower? Next, focus on today. Okay? And respect the time so others respect them as well. Respect that time, right? Come on. Thank you, Mish. Talk about it. When you take time to schedule your rest, people around you will recognize that, okay, you care about this time. And that's what Misha's talking about. They need this time. Come on, Sunflower. They need this time so they can be good for me. Your kids will see that. Oh, this is mommy's me time. This is daddy's me time. And what will they do? They will take that as they grow up, to know that they need to take some time into themselves so they can bring that balance. Come on, that part, Sunflower. Facts. Next is focus on today. Focus on today. Tomorrow may never come. That's what Sunflower said. Tomorrow may never. YOLO, I'm about to spend my rent money, Candy said. Candy said, I'm about to go buy a car. Candy said, YOLO. Yo, F everything. I'm living. Today is the last day. No, nah. That's how we're saying. We're saying, like, focus on today. I want to be a doctor 5 years from now. Oh, well, you're not a doctor today. Okay? We're going to work on things to get there. But today, you're just Sunflower. And today, you're just Mish. And today, you're just Lily, hey love. And today, you're just the Berry. And today, you're just Amber. And that's okay. We have to recognize it's okay. It's okay to be who you are today. Right? You have... a healthy life requires you to be present today. I'm going to tell you something real quick, because I wanted to make this short, but this... My good friend that I grew up, that I used to call my sister, she would get so many things from people and always say, well, when I get this way, then I'm going to go on vacation. Or when I get skinny and healthy, I'm going to go on vacation. And people would buy her vacation packages and this and that. And there would be years that she's living for tomorrow, right? But it's today. I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm going to live for today, right? So if I'm given something, I'm going to live now. I don't know what's going to happen. When I get skinny, I could... I was going to say something crazy, but, you know, when I'm skinny, something could happen to me. And then what? You ain't never made it to the beach. I mean, Munchie had love. I'm just talking. I'm just saying, like, it's real, because people are like that, right? Oh, I'm going to wait till the house is done, and I'm going to wait. No. When we constantly live for the future, we're not living for today. When we constantly live for the future, Sunflower, no. When we constantly live for the future, we don't live for today. That's how it works. CK, hit love. Sassy. That's real. Live for today. And it makes a healthier life. It requires you to live present today. You know why? Because you keep planning for your happiness in your future, but you're sad today. You keep planning for your happiness in the future, but you're sad today. That's why living for today makes a healthier life. Come on, that makes sense, right? And this is how people are. Right, Sunflower? Isn't this how people are? Well, when I get this and this happens, but then they're miserable doing 9 to 5, saving, storing all their money. No, honey. You was called to be happy for your life. Not when you get the house and the car and the husband and the wife and the kids and the... No, you were called to be happy now and forevermore. Now and forevermore. Your value is today and forevermore. Your value isn't just in the future when you have those things. Your value is today and forevermore. That's how he made you. He said you shall experience heaven on earth. He didn't say when you get the house. He didn't say when the husband come along. He didn't say when the wife come along. When the Boaz or the Ruth come, that's when you start being happy. Come on, Sunflower. No. He said you will experience heaven on earth. Evermore. Right? So take these steps toward a more balanced life. We need to balance our life, and people that have their life balanced doesn't mean everything's great and grand, but people that have their life balanced know their value, because they will remember their self at the end of the day, every time. People that have a balanced life are the ones that remember and know their value. People that have a balanced life are the ones that know their value, because they will remember their self at the end of the day. And that keeps the balance. So set boundaries and focus on your value and focus on the now.